Get on home, get on home.
Hi everyone, today I wanted to talk to you about profit margins and the PPL model and the pay per lead model. A lot of you that have been following us have probably dabbled a little bit in kind of charging clients on a pay per lead basis. And I wanted today to discuss what the profit margins should be and what they can be if you decide to make that switch. Of course, you know where to go if you need more information. We will have a case study link, everything to do with that. But today I wanted to talk to you about the three different models that we run as a business and what we teach within our program and what you can expect from a profit margins, which is why we do this, right, to make money. So the first model that we run is the upfront model, the pay per lead, get paid upfront model, which is the most profitable, the most scalable, and what we try and push for the most within our agency. And we try and push our students, we try and get them to do upfront pay per lead. And what this means is that you will agree a price with a client of what that cost per lead is, and you will run the advertising for that client and point the traffic to a funnel that you build on behalf of your client, okay? And the difference between what you generate the leads for within your advertising account, whether it be Facebook or Yahoo Gemini or Twitter or Google or Gmail or whatever traffic source you're using, you own that advertising account and you spend money on your credit card within that advertising account, and the difference between what you spend there and what you generate for the client is your profit margin. So we tend to look at a 50 to 75% profit margin on the upfront model. So if you're getting paid $50 per lead, you want to be generating the leads for $25 or less, okay? Because in order to really make a healthy profit and scale quickly, you need it to be around these levels, okay? If it's anything less, then you need to tweak your ads, your funnel, etc. All right? And of course, you have your company overheads to take out of that margin as well. So if you're generating 100 leads per week and you're making $2,500 per week in profit, then you're going to have your office expenses, your staff expenses, your business insurances, and everything that goes along with that, including in the UK, your corporation tax. So you need to have a healthy margin in order to do well with that model, all right? The second model we run within our agency, we call the hybrid model, which means that we ask the client to pick up the advertising spend. So there's less risk, and a lot of new people coming into our program aren't too comfortable with the risk yet, so they land a client and say, listen, we're going to build your funnels and we're going to run the advertising within an account that you have access to. Okay, you can either put your credit card on file or we will invoice you for the ad spend. And we'll spend that $5,000 a week or whatever that's agreed, and we will generate as many leads as we possibly can for that $5,000, okay? And if a lead converts, then we'll take a commission, Mr. Client. We're not going to get paid anything until a client converts for you, a prospect converts for you, which means we're paid on performance. And clients love hearing this type of lingo because they know that they're getting bang for the buck. Every lead that their advertising spend is generating goes to them, and they've got better transparency, all right? And it works really well. We've done this a number of times and we've had great success. In fact, it's been extremely profitable for us and it's worked for both parties. And that works well. So if you're looking to run a hybrid deal and a client gets maybe $2,000, £2,000 or whatever it is per closed prospect, then you need to look to get roughly 25% of that amount. So that will be 500 bucks. Expect them to push that down lower and lower, and you can go probably all the way down to about 10% in that case, okay? So at that point, it's a negotiation. You do need to have great transparency. You need to have a good gut feel about the client. You need access to their CRM, all this type of stuff that we can, go into more detail about. But with hybrid, you only get paid on the client's performance, all right? So there's some figures to work with, between 10 and 25% split on the commission, because the client is funding the advertising spend. So it's important that they make their money back, and they've got to pay for their own overheads as well. All right, the last one is the back-end deal. So the back-end, traditionally, what people think is that us as an agency will cover the advertising spend and only get paid on performance when the client converts a lead. And that, in my opinion, is not a great model, and I would not recommend you do that. However, one thing that we do is we segment our leads, okay? So if there are, and I'm maybe getting a little bit complex here, but if there are 1,000 leads coming to our funnel, we sometimes feel that maybe 50% of those leads aren't ready to be sent to client A. Instead, they should be sent to client B on a back-end deal. So client A will pay the full cost per lead on the front-end model, and we'll make money there or break even, and then we'll send the other 50% of the leads to a client who's willing to work them on a back-end deal. So the front-end leads up here actually finance the back-end leads, and anything that converts from a back-end lead is like pure profit. So if you're smart and you can figure out how to segment leads, then you'll make 100% margin on those back-end leads. Okay, kind of touched on a lot here today. Hopefully you'll understand what I'm talking about. You may have some questions. If you see this video on YouTube or on Facebook or whatever, just comment below and we'll answer those questions for you. All right, speak soon.